Hernandez. From CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Jason Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Taken about 7 yards deep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They'll run on first down. Holmes. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down by
officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Second and
as usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the ground is Michel. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
He's tackled at the
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a toss, left side, Michel. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss. Resulted.
On 3rd down, Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now a give, right side. It's Holmes. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Number 33, the ball.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The score.
Now, this was a clear day in September. I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
39-yard line.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From the 39, Wilson. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. 30, 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on him.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, it's Holmes. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
33, the ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Fumble on the play.
So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
It's a pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Carson.
4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
This pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Here's Wilson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 19-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And that will make our score 9-0. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Tannehill finding Davis for a Titan 1st down. After 1, it's 9-0.
With the score, Seahawks 9, Titans 0.
First carry, he loses the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. CD, that's the 2nd time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game, so you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down.
Yard loss. It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Chris Carson trotting back out there. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the 2nd quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
56 Mike. 56
He can run for it, and he will. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
On first down, Carson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
He was tackled.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson to Michelle on the screen. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A first carry here for J.J. Taylor. And he's taken down inside the 30. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Made by Jayon Brown.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front three, your front four, front five, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd.
Wilson's.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Stopped him in his tracks. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run on first down. Holmes. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
39-yard line.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the...
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll try the left side. It's Holmes. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Now Tannehill. He finds Humphreys. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
It's a gain of 17.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done. It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Holmes. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And it's
3rd coming up at halftime. I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Seahawks 12.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic 1st down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Check 26, check 26.
Tannehill. They will find Davis. That's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Here's Tannehill. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So we come upon half. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
34-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At the 41-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. This is Carson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
1st and 10 at the 30.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Operating from the gun, Wilson, and he slings one that's incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. From the gun, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. For that last pass CD, he just added another notch to the old belt. What a career it's been. He's over 35,000 career passing yards now.
And when you say that number, over 35,000 yards, how many people have done that prior to him?
Right around 30.
Boy, that's a pretty good number. Now you're into a membership that means you've done a heck of a job in this league for a decent amount of time. You're recognized as one of the better players.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think a lecture on ball security is in order here? Because and it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
Jason Myers to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Tannehill's pass complete to Khalif Raymond. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Tannehill. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On first down, Holmes. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
From the 39, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
First and 10 at the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So still 14 yards to go, second down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Wilson on third down. We'll get this underneath to Michelle. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. Now they'll run on the draw. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
Third quarter.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
To number 34.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And down inside the 15 he goes. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about it getting it done? Proud of it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Intended for Adam Humphrey.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone, because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Tannehill. This is caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
Brought down.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Holmes, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again.
His kick is
no success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. Looks for Lockett once more. This time he's got him. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Seahawks this on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
8-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Taylor,
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
taken down.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Being chased out left. Demir Bird there to make the grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket and wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Khalif Raymond on the return. The Titans take over 1st and 10.
So now Tannehill and the Titans down by 13, 2:08 on the clock. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And some room to work. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Well, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed two, but this one is good.
Jason Myers to kick off fourth.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10. At their own 22.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Out to the right to Humphries. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
22 yards.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On fourth down, Tannehill. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Tannehill on first down. This one caught by Davis. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. That catch good for only a couple. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tannehill's pass.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. To the air again, Tannehill. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.